Guys, I want to talk to you about this transfer portal. Caleb Williams, the Oklahoma quarterback, really sent the college football world into a frenzy when he basically said he's entering the transfer portal. He is not ruling out a return to Oklahoma, but he's going to see what his options are. In other words, who is going to pay me the most money to play college football at your university? Well, there is one taker. That taker is Charlie Batch and Eastern Michigan. Charlie Batch, a former Lions quarterback, former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, former Eastern Michigan quarterback, says, hey, Caleb, have you considered Eastern Michigan? If not, you should. Game Above Capital is prepared to pay you $1 million for 1 year. Are you ready to be an Eagle?
Wow.
And then he tags ESPN, CBS Sports, NBC Sports, Fox Sports, Barstool Sports, Max Sports, and Fox Sports 1.
He forgot to tag us.
So he put it out there. TJ Lang, the former Detroit Lion, former Green Bay Packer, one of our favorites as well, he followed up, and he is doubling up. Times are a-changing for EMU. You miss 100% of the opportunities you don't take. We are all the way in. And he had another tweet. Whether we like NIL or not, the landscape of college football is changing. Us at EMU and Game Above Capital are 100% committed to using our resources to build a special program. The $1 million offer to Caleb Williams is just the beginning. Stay tuned.
Wow.
Two things. One, good for Eastern Michigan. Love this for Eastern Michigan. Two, I hate this for college football. Mm-hmm. I'm not comfortable with it yet. I will probably get comfortable with it one day, but I'm not there yet. And maybe it's because that's not the way it has been. You know, we have this vision in our minds that these are still student athletes that go to school and they work hard and they develop a relationship and a rapport with the university and want to go play for a coach and want to go play for a program and win a championship all together, one for all for one, and you move forward. This is just a free-for-all, free agent frenzy in college football, man. And I'm not sure if I'm here for it yet.
It's just like you might as well just call it football.
Yeah.
It's not college football anymore if this is the way it's going to be. This is, by the way, great advertising by that company. And what is that company again that Charlie Batch has quoted? Whatever that company
Game Above Capital.
Free advertising. They lose nothing by doing this. And not only that, if Caleb Williams doesn't come to Eastern, he probably won't. Other kids are going to see this.
Yep.
They just might
puts Eastern Michigan on the map.
It sure does.
So the first thing I would say about that is, like, don't go to when I think about going to class and kid and the purity. The hell with that, because they've been profiting off of said 18-year-old kid, and our next guest can speak about that as well.
I'm not saying you're wrong there.
No, because I'm on your team as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, so don't think about it that way.
Yeah.
Think about it the same way. It's a business.
I've been a big pay these guys for a long time.
You're right. I'm just saying it's been a business for a very long time. So now that it's this way, it's purely business. But with that being said, yeah, it's great for Eastern Michigan because it's an opportunity to level the playing field. No one's going to Eastern Michigan at first crack, especially a 5, especially a 4. But you get the 3s, and maybe I get the offers, and they go there. I was a 3. I was looking for a place to go until Michigan came in the 25th hour. But now by now showing that you're committed to getting players there the right way, not illegal, the right way. Man, I take my head off to TJ Lang. I take my hat off to Eastern Michigan and Charlie Batch, former Detroit Lion, because you're going to get some kids who like, shoot, you know what? I'll go to Eastern.
Here's what you do if you're Eastern Michigan. If you really want to be a big player in this, you take that $1 million from Game Above Capital and you put it towards the facilities. Because if you really want to get guys like Caleb Williams, they're going to have an expectation of facility like they do at Oklahoma, at Michigan State, and the like. Take that $1 million, really put a down payment on your football program, and try to build facilities that match the talent of these well-trained college athletes.
I agree. I ran track. Matter of fact, my birthday, when I cut my hair, I grew my hair out. My freshman, my sophomore, my junior year, had a big fro. Ran track in the winter time. Ran indoor track. Ran track. Went down those facilities. Their indoor track was hard as nail. The basketball court was coming up planks wide. Like the facilities, I've been to that field. Literally, the field is like the Silver Dome, but it's lopsided. It's uneven. Those facilities are the same that they were when I was in college, the same as they are now, and the same when I was even in high school. So, to your point, you got to show somebody something. Like part of the mystique when you go on these recruiting trips or when you visit, whether it's a non-official visit, whether it's an official visit, is 100% when you said, when you walk into a place, it's supposed to feel like a cathedral. It's supposed to feel like, like you open up the weight room doors, you open up the doors of Schembeckler. Like it wasn't that way for a long time in Michigan. They got it right. But to your point, put the money in the facility. Because that's the first thing you see when you walk in.
They changed the field. It's the factory.
Yeah, it is.
It's got the great
field. And I love their coach,
like
Chris Creighton.
Yeah.
I love their coach. Yeah. I remember watching that press conference years ago when he was hired at EMU. I wanted to run through the wall myself.
He reminds me of D'Antonio a little.
He was after Ron English.
Ron English, Michigan defensive coordinator.
I will say this, though, too. And this is going to sound really stupid, and I don't know if I fully believe this, because if you equate this to the New York Yankees, to the Detroit Red Wings when they were signing all those players, they got anybody they wanted, the Detroit Red Wings in hockey, and won Stanley Cups because of it. The New York Yankees get anybody they want in baseball, signing Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge. I guess they're all Stanton was a trade and Judge was a draft pick.
Martinez.
But you know what I'm saying. There's something unsavory about just buying championships. I'm saying that, but I don't.
Still got to work, man. You can bring them in, but it's still got to work.
Yeah, I guess if it's been a long.
The starting point is different.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Well, I'm saying like the University of Michigan, man. I mean, you're trying to compete against Ohio State.
As soon as they catch up, they change the rules.
Well, you're trying to compete against Ohio State, and you're doing it one way. You think you're doing it the right way, whatever that means. And then all of a sudden they change the rules, and you're like, well, we don't have to do it that way anymore. Let's go buy 6 or 7 of these guys.
Well, they've been doing it down south. It's just not legal.
It's not legal. Let's go buy 6 or 7 of these guys, give them $1 million a piece, and let's go beat Ohio State. Is that really how you want to win? And I can hear people watching this right now being like, yeah. And I think I'm kind of there as well. I will get there. I'm just not there yet. It's just taken me a minute for and I hate the word purity of college athletics, because I'm not the ones whose lives who's being affected. You know what I mean? Like
I get it. It's corny, but it's true. It's cliche, but
it's true.
It's corny, but it's true. We've done it a certain way at University of Michigan forever. And you can bring up the Marcus Ray incident with the suit. That was a bullshit thing anyway. But hey, we got past that one incident in years. Other teams have been buying championships for a very long time. I know for a fact, talking to former players in the NFL that were my teammates, I hear the stories about what the SEC did for them.
Bill Self.
I hear the story about what happened at USC. I hear about Kansas. I hear about Memphis. You hear about Kentucky. So they've been doing it for a very long time, and we know it. But now that it's out in the open and you can do it too, you're just used to that stigma of what we've done. It's going to change just like everything does in terms of your mindset.
Rick Pitino picked up Jimmy King in a convertible Cadillac when he went on his trip. I mean, it's been going on for forever, man.
And no doubt, look, Jim Harbaugh, to me, is not leaving the University of Michigan.
No.
I can't say that 100% certain. I cannot say that Jim Harbaugh is not leaving the University of Michigan with 100% certainty. But what I can tell you is I believe Jim Harbaugh will be the coach at Michigan. I think what's going on now, this little leak here about being open to the NFL, okay, who's not open to anything, is all about just making sure Michigan is lined up with everything. Make sure that Michigan is lined up with paying me. Make sure that Michigan is lined up with paying my assistant coaches who, if you are good, and you'll see Alabama, your assistant coaches will be on a rotating spot. Every year or every 2 years, you're going to have new coordinators if you're good. And to make sure your university is lined up to pay millions and millions of dollars to NIL deals for college athletes. That's what this is all about. And this is proof positive that college football is here now when you've got open tweets telling guys we'll give you $1 million if you're here.
You've reached the end of the video. You know what you should do? Press like. You know you like the content that we have here at Woodward Sports Network. I'm Braylon Edwards from the bottom line. Subscribe to us right now.